Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as that may be meant for someone else. All right. What are you struggling with? Trust in the magic. What do you need to look at? Slow and steady wins the race. And energy that wants to come in. Energy that wants to come in for Capricorn. Koi fish spirit, there's always enough. There's always enough. I was gonna make this, I think that's why I kind of started at the beginning, because I was like, oh, I wanted to make this a money and finance one. So I'm kind of feeling that's, when I saw that card, I feel like with the gold, I felt like it's the finance reading and money reading is because I feel like you're struggling right now. And I feel that it's something that you're trying to attain, and that it's believing in yourself and believing that things will work out. But you have to realize that slow and steady wins the race. Is that sometimes when things happen too quickly or they seem too good to be true, that they're really not going to be sustainable in the long run. And I also feel like what's coming in for you is there is always enough, is having that feeling that there is enough for you. Because sometimes when we struggle with money and we struggle with, you know, if we want to start a new business, but we feel that it's already saturated and we're like, well, you know, I shouldn't do that because there's already so many people and it's already so saturated. And it's, yes, it may be, but number one, that shows that that is something that is very popular, and that if there's a lot of it, that there is some interest in it. But it's about putting your own unique spin or your own unique, like your brand on it. And that there is enough, right? There is enough money. There is enough space for you to create your own business, or your, you know, for you to have, you know, if you're struggling financially, to say, yeah, there is enough for you. Like it's being in that mentality and realizing like there's always enough. There's always a way to make things happen, and there's always enough. And to not, it's almost like putting yourself out and saying that you're not going to make it before you've even started it. And it has a lot to do with, you know, that perception of talking yourself out. Because you have to be, whenever like it comes to money or finances or starting a business, like you have to have that work ethic. You have to have that mindset that knowing that you're going to have challenges, and that there's going to be competition, there's going to be ups and downs, and that you have to be driven, right? That you have to keep going, and that you have to persevere, and that's one way or another, it's going to work out. All right, so we have Four of Wands. I feel like this is something that you have been wanting to start for a very long time. I feel like it's something, maybe it's an idea that you have had since you were a kid, or you've always wanted to do, or maybe a certain status that you've wanted to reach, or I feel like it was a partnership that you always wanted to start, or it was like working together and trying to figure things out. And I feel like you have this excitement about something. It could be that this new opportunity comes back in, that it may be something that you started before, and all of a sudden you have the opportunity now to work on something. Just like with me, gosh, probably like 15 years ago, maybe. Time goes by so fast. Maybe even more than that. No, it's probably like 15 years ago. I had started this business. It was called Dress That Dog, and it was before all the dog clothes were popular, and they were selling a few on eBay. So I had decided to take out my husband's grandmother's sewing machine that she had given me. And, you know, I had lessons. You know, I took sewing classes in school, in middle school. But I felt determined, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm going to start this. So I started this business, and I made the patterns myself. I sewed the things. I had 2 chihuahuas. I had sold clothes back to the breeder. I made clothes for her to sell. I was selling clothes. I had my own packaging. I had my own website, and I was selling to my local vet. I had a whole display in the vet office, and I really loved it, and I really loved doing it. But then life happened. We ended up moving, and you know, things started happening, and I just couldn't keep up with it. And we moved to a whole different area, so a whole different region of the United States. So it was just like I wasn't able to pursue it. And now, which is funny because my son and I were talking about how he said, well, now is the time that you can focus on your business, and you have this time. And I feel like this is for this reading too, is I feel like this could be something that maybe you had tried to start a business or a partnership or try to do something before, but the timing wasn't right. That life got in the way, that things happened, challenged happened, or whatever was going on, and you weren't able to do that. But I feel like now you're having this opportunity where you can pursue that again, and you can look into that again, and you can make things happen. I was just, when I turn that over, I'm looking at the fire, the fire on the wand, and it's about being passionate and kind of looking back over about this is something that you've wanted to try, or you've wanted to do, or you would like to do, but it's about, I almost feel like it's building that fire slowly, and something that can sustain for the long haul, something that will keep going. So I feel like with the slow and steady, and sometimes it's very frustrating. It's like, oh, you know, I just like to have things happen now. I just like to have, you know, I feel like I wasted so much time because I tried to pursue this before, and now I'm trying to get back into it. And I just, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang in there. But it's like, that's what builds a strong foundation, is doing it brick by brick rather than just have everything thrown together at once. And I feel like you don't want it to become too overwhelming to where you get overwhelmed and then you stop doing it. I also feel like you're ready to break free, like you're ready to bust free. The Eight of Swords can be that you're holding yourself back, but it also can be that the time has come that you are finally ready to break free and pursue this thing that you have been dreaming about or looking into, or that financial, you know, pursuit that you want to go after and to give it a try. As I've said before, I feel like sometimes it's not the initial thing that you're doing, and that if that doesn't work out, but I feel like that leads you to another path, another direction. It's trying to show you something else, that was just a starting point. Like if it, you know, if it doesn't work out, or it's not happening the way that you want, but maybe it's there to show you something else. That maybe you're not seeing, but hopefully it does work out for you, right? Because you're putting all of this effort into it. So I feel like that with the energy that wants to come in for you, is there is always enough, but it's also the Hanging Man, to where it's like seeing things from a different perspective and saying, yeah, there may be a lot of that already in the market, but I have my own unique twist. I have my own unique style. I have my own unique version, that you're not copying other people or trying to, you know, imitate them, because you have a different view, or you have a different perspective that is different, that will make you stand out. We have the Six of Swords. I feel like it's moving on with your goals, moving on with your dreams, and not giving up, whatever that may be. It could just be that it doesn't even have to be a job or a business. It could just be that feeling of that you want to level up, that you want to present yourself in a different way, that you want to live a different lifestyle, that you want to, you know, have that different, maybe it's just not, you know, it's just like leveling up. Again, my brain is leveling up and seeing things differently, right? And just becoming more into your own brand, coming into your own style, what it is that you want to project out, and growing into your own skin. I feel like it's something that you've always wanted to do. Sometimes we have these, when we're younger, or like we have this image of ourselves, of how we see ourselves when we're older. And then sometimes we're kind of older, life happens and time goes by so quickly, and then we're like there and we're like, well, this isn't what I was thinking it was going to be. But maybe now is the time for you to be able to focus on that and to work on that and to be what it is that you had wanted to be, or be that image, or that, what it is that you wanted to be. You have the power to make it happen with the Magician. You have the power to make it happen. You are in control of who you surround yourself with, who you don't surround yourself with, what choices you make, what choices that you don't make. And you have the power for this, to move into your own power. I almost feel like the Six of Swords is like, she's like moving right into that Magician. So it's moving into your own power. And just knowing that you have that power is definitely the beginning, and definitely is a good thing. And I feel like whatever this pursuit is that you want to go after, I feel like don't give up on yourself, and to keep going and to not give up. If you really feel that it's something that you want to go after and have happen, then it's up to you to make it happen. Like, nobody can do it except for yourself. All right, let's grab a fortune reading card. Sometimes, it would be nice, like we want to sit around and wait for things to happen and fall in our lap. And sometimes those things do happen. Sometimes there's like a little thing that happens where it kind of gets the spark going. And then it's to continue that. Oh, look at that. The fire. Get the spark going. Talking about spark, right? Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. That emotional upheaval of saying that maybe there's not enough, or there's not, an opportunity, or there's, not a chance for you, but you make the chance, right? That you make it, that you try it and you do it. And if it doesn't work, then you try something else, but it sets you on that path, right? That first spark that sets you on the path to what it is that you want to achieve, and what it is that you want to do. We have number 66, we have healing. Healing yourself. I feel like it's healing yourself in so many different ways. Not only is it that you are confident and that you don't give up, and that you're pursuing something that you wanted to do before, but you're feeling better about yourself, and you're saying, hey, I'm not giving up, and you're seeing how strong you actually are. Let's grab a Star Dragons. Just like for me, like it's been really nice to be able to have, like, do my own thing again. So, and that feels good. We have tranquility, harmonious, and action. And then we have destruction, releasing your anger. So I feel like it's part of that healing. I also feel that it's, sometimes we have that self-sabotaging talk where we talk ourselves out of things, but there's a reason for that. So digging deeper and figuring that out, and then not giving up on ourselves, and to releasing that anger so it doesn't affect your energy moving forward. All right, let's see, which one didn't I do? No, I think I did them all. Let's just grab this one. Let's do an energy oracle for the reading. We have contract. Make that contract with yourself that you're going to try your hardest and do your best and not give up on you, right? Set that contract with yourself, right? And tell yourself. And every time you start to have those doubts, say, hey, I signed that. Even if you have to take a piece of paper, right? And make a contract out and say, this is my goals. This is what I want to have happen. And I'm going to pursue and not give up. No matter what. If I have to go a different route, that's fine. It's almost like having that contract in writing with yourself and saying, okay, I'm not giving up on me. And then we have by the book. I feel like by the book is kind of having that knowledge and learning as much as you can about the situation, right? To set yourself up for success, like I've said many times before. Sometimes if we just kind of go after things, we really don't know what we're doing, and it makes it a lot harder because we're trying to figure everything out. But if there's a way that we can have knowledge and we can know what's going on, then we feel that we're more secure and that we have the situation more under control. So it could be kind of learning. I feel like that by the book represents, learning as much as you can about the situation, again, to set yourself up for success. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.